What are we? Who am I? I really don't know. This is a riddle that weaves itself into the fabric of our existence, a puzzle that demands to be solved. Join me as I embark on a journey, a quest to unravel this enigma that is our identity. Diving deep into the ocean of self-discovery, exploring the undercurrents that shape us. We traverse the landscapes of different cultures, societies, and times, examining how they mold our perception of self. This journey is not just about finding who we are, but also about understanding the forces that sculpt our identity. From the neon-lit streets of Tokyo to the serene landscapes of the Scottish Highlands, the quest for identity is a universal dilemma. The struggle for identity isn't a contemporary phenomenon. Long before the advent of digital personas and identity politics, the quest for self-understanding was a pivotal concern for ancient philosophers. The teachings of Aristotle, a revered figure in ancient Greek philosophy, provide profound insights into the concept of identity. He believed that our identity is shaped by our virtues and characteristics, emphasizing the importance of ethical behavior and moral integrity in defining who we are. Venturing eastward, we encounter the wisdom of Confucius, one of the most influential philosophers in ancient Chinese thought. Confucius proposed that our identities are not fixed, but rather they are shaped and refined through a lifelong process of learning and personal growth. He emphasized the role of family, community, and culture in shaping our identity, underscoring the interplay between individual and collective identities. Both Aristotle and Confucius, despite living in vastly different times and cultures, agreed on one fundamental aspect: the pursuit of self-knowledge. They believed that understanding oneself is the key to understanding the world around us. These philosophical teachings, though centuries old, still resonate with us today as we navigate the complexities of identity in the modern world. The wisdom of these ancient philosophers underscores the timeless nature of our quest for identity. Their teachings, etched in the annals of history, highlight a timeless quest, the pursuit of knowing thyself. This pursuit, they believed, is not just a personal journey, but a collective endeavor that shapes societies and cultures. So, as we grapple with the question of who am I in our contemporary world, let's remember that this is not a new struggle. It is a universal and timeless quest that has echoed through the corridors of history, resonating with philosophers and common folk alike. The teachings of Aristotle and Confucius remind us that the pursuit of identity is not just about understanding who we are, but also about shaping who we wish to become. In the next scene, we will explore how cultural pressures shape our identities. But for now, let's reflect on the wisdom of the ancients. Their teachings, etched in the annals of history, highlight a timeless quest, the pursuit of knowing thyself. Our journey begins in the cradle of society and culture, where the seeds of identity are sown. From the moment we are named, the society we are born into begins to shape our sense of self. The languages we learn, the traditions we follow, and the values we inherit are all cultural elements that sketch the first outlines of our identity. However, as we grow, we begin to realize that these outlines are not rigid but fluid, capable of change and adaptation. The pressure to conform to cultural norms can often feel like a heavy mantle, shaping our actions, thoughts, and even dreams. But within us, there's a voice, a spark of individuality that yearns to break free from the mold, to dance to its own rhythm. This tension between societal expectations and personal aspirations gives rise to a profound struggle in our quest for identity. But when cultural expectations clash with personal aspirations, the search for identity becomes a battlefield of the soul. In the digital age, the quest for identity has morphed into a kaleidoscope of virtual personas. The internet, a sprawling matrix of connections and interactions, has become a new frontier for self-expression and identity exploration. Our digital footprints, scattered across the vast expanse of cyberspace, narrate the story of our evolving selves. The rise of social media platforms has revolutionized the ways in which we perceive and present ourselves. These platforms, with their infinite scroll of perfectly curated feeds, have become arenas for showcasing our lives, our accomplishments, our passions. Yet, in this digital playground, the line between reality and an idealized depiction of self often blurs. We craft online personas, each a different hue of our identity, hoping to resonate with others, to be seen, to be acknowledged. We count likes, shares, and follows, seeking validation in the virtual applause echoing from our screens. But in this relentless pursuit of digital affirmation, do we lose sight of our authentic selves? Cyber psychologists suggest that our online behavior is a reflection, albeit distorted, of our real-world identities. The avatars we create, the communities we join, the content we share, all paint a portrait of our digital selves. Yet, the struggle lies in reconciling this digital self with our offline identity, in maintaining authenticity amidst the constant pressure to conform to online norms. The internet, with its promise of anonymity, offers us a mask, a veil behind which we can experiment with different identities. But the question remains, does this freedom of experimentation liberate us, or does it lead us further into the labyrinth of self-doubt and identity crisis? The digital age presents us with an ironic paradox. While we have more platforms than ever to express ourselves, we face the unique challenge of preserving our individuality, our authenticity, amidst a sea of digital noise. As we navigate this new landscape, we must remember to listen to that whisper, that gentle echo of our true self. Amidst the cacophony of likes, shares, and follows, the essence of our true identity whispers for attention. To unravel this complex tapestry, we delve into the realms of psychology. Theories by celebrated psychologists Erik Erikson and Abraham Maslow provide fascinating insights into the evolving nature of identity. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development posits that our identity is shaped and reshaped throughout life stages, each stage presenting a unique challenge that influences our sense of self. Maslow, on the other hand, places self-actualization at the pinnacle of his hierarchy of needs, suggesting that the realization of one's full potential is the ultimate goal of human life. These theories underscore the dynamic nature of identity, reminding us that it is not a static concept etched in stone. It ebbs and flows, shaped by the tides of personal experiences, cultural influences, and intrinsic desires. But as we navigate through life's stages, the quest for identity evolves, influenced by personal experiences and intrinsic desires. In recent times, the discourse on identity has transcended personal realms, igniting fiery debates in the arenas of politics and society. This shift is largely due to the emergence of identity politics, a term that resonates in the hallways of power and the corners of academia. But what does it imply, and how does it influence our sense of self? Identity. Politics refers to the tendency of people to form political alliances based on the shared characteristics of their collective identities. This could be race, gender, religion, social class, or any other aspect that binds a group together. While this concept has given marginalized groups a platform to voice their concerns and fight for their rights, it has also sparked controversies. Critics argue that identity politics can lead to tribalism, encouraging people to view the world through the narrow lens of their group identity. This perspective can foster division and conflict, overshadowing the shared human experience and our common goals. It can also cast a shadow over individual identities, subsuming personal nuances under the broad umbrella of group identity. On the other hand, proponents of identity politics believe that acknowledging and valuing the diverse experiences of different groups can lead to a more inclusive and equitable society. In their view, identity politics is a crucial tool for challenging systemic oppression and advocating for social change. The influence of identity politics on our sense of self cannot be overstated. It can shape our worldviews, our allegiances, and our understanding of our place in the world. But it's essential to remember that our identities are multifaceted, shaped not only by our group memberships, but also by our individual experiences and aspirations. The question we must grapple with is this: do we allow our collective identities to define us, or do we assert our individuality within these group narratives? But does this collective identification empower us, or does it tether us to broader narratives, overshadowing individual stories? The struggle to find one's identity is a journey fraught with challenges, yet it is imbued with the potential for profound self-discovery. As we've traversed through history, society, and the digital expanse, we've seen that the essence of identity is not simply a static concept, but a dynamic process. It's an intricate mosaic, defined by our experiences, choices, and the courage to embrace our true selves. In the face of societal pressures, digital personas, and collective identification, the quest for authenticity often becomes a battleground. But remember, amidst the noise and chaos, the whispers of your true identity echo within you. To listen is to acknowledge, to understand is to accept, and to accept is to be compassionate towards oneself. Our identity is not a destination, but an ongoing journey, a continuous act of creation. Amidst the tumultuous seas of existence, may we anchor our beings in the harbors of authenticity and self-compassion.